Hello, Dr. Malina. I'm Wang Ziyan. We have Wu Ziyu, Wang Xuewen, and Yuan Ali in our group to give a speech. Introduction. This film will introduce 7 textual standards and analyze them with our selected medium test on road safety in Thailand. The 7 criteria of textual nature are cohesion, coherence, intentionality, observability, informativity, situationality, intertextuality. If a test doesn't meet any of those 7 textual criteria, then the test is not communicative. Cohesion, coherence, and intentionality shows what the author's intention is. Observability, informativity, and situationality depends on how the readers interpret the text. Intertextuality triggers connections with other accepted ideas. Introduction to the article. Thailand is one of the most popular holiday destinations in the world, and the vast majority of visitors spend their time there without a problem. However, as outlined in this article by our writer Roy, there are some key points travelers should be aware of when traveling in Thailand related to road safety. Next, Yuan Ali will give a speech.
Hi, I'm Yuan Ali. Let's look at comprehension part. As we know, comprehension has many cohesive meanings. In the first sentence, we can find that this is part of the repetition of comprehension. From driver to driving, the same basic word components are used to convert to different word categories, making text comprehension more natural. We can see the second sentence, but tightness word until the end. We can find that but belongs to the disjunction of suggestion in the comprehension. This comprehension technique can easily let readers find the art of the ideal that they want to reflect in the text. In cohesive device, there is also an articulative form, which uses short words to replace more certain, content-activated expressions. For example, if you have never driven a motorcycle before, Thailand is not a place to learn. The word that replaces the previous point of view, providing a premise for the content of the following text, which is easy for readers to understand. Let's look at coherence part. First of all, we learned that coherence refers to the straightness forming a unified wall. If a text is coherent, it is logically orderly and connected. As the same sentence of our selected article, by changing the direction. However, there are some important points related to road safety that visitors should be aware of when traveling in Thailand. Let the readers logically generate a connectable entity and clearly and subjectively understand that what the author wants to express in this passage is traffic problems that tourists should pay attention to when traveling in Thailand, rather than the fact that most tourists have no problems during their travel. Therefore, we can see that the text is coherent. We can see the first sentence. When it comes to the fact that Thailand carries out road safety campaigns every year, but there are still many traffic accidents caused by drunkenness during the holidays. This sentence reflects the semantic consistency of this sentence by acknowledging something and turning to a different point. Coherence is more subjective and depends on the listener's understanding. In the second paragraph, the author uses this as an alternative to guide readers to understand and reason, and gives them another preparation plan for safety preparation before going out, so that readers can follow the reasoning road to understand the text. So that's all for me. Next, Wang Xuewen will present the next part.
Hello everyone, this is Wang Xuewen. Next, I will introduce the intentionality and acceptability. Intentionality is of a reflector in the use of rhetorical devices, such as expressing some comments and suggestions in the article. Next, in the example, we can see from the article that tail roads have a risk coefficient to some extent. The author throws this factor out to make readers realize the importance of road safety in Thailand. Then the author gives several examples, such as stray dogs lying on the road, driver overtake at blind turns, driver flow low scary, and poor road lighting at night, and so on. Analyzation from the side. This is a suggestion. Through this example, we can explain the high danger of road safety to the readers, which also helps the readers to be vigilant. It is conductive the resolution of the views that the author wants to express. Next page, acceptability is generally expressed as the reader's approval, which can be used or helpful to the reader in a relatively complex text, and it also indicates the reader's attitude. In the article, we give an example. In 2018, the World Health Organization reported that the death rates related to road collision in Thailand was 13.7%. Through this example, the author images the readers to explain the road safety situation in Thailand and give examples to let the readers accept this real phenomena. This example will also lead us to the following, such as suggestion on roads, motorcycles, retail cars, buses, etc. In the slide, the motorcycle is taken as the secondary example because there have motorcycle readers in Thailand. For example, where helmets in mandatory, motorcycle driver license and international driver license must be available. Although the requirements given by the author have very purposeful, they are all necessary and acceptable without exploitation. Okay, this is my part. Next, I will pass to the next student.
This is Wu Ziyu. I will introduce the informativity. Compared with accidents or unknowns, the frequency of traffic accidents in Thailand is far greater than that known. No matter what the expected or predictable content of traffic accidents in Thailand is, because traffic safety problems are unpredictable and variable. This text always provides a certain amount of information to the reader to a certain extent. The content of traffic and road safety in Thailand is what the receiver expects. People want to know how safe the traffic is in Thailand and how to avoid the danger caused by traffic accidents. The recipient learn the danger degree of traffic accidents in Thailand according to the article, but the danger degree and occurrence probability of such traffic accidents are not expected. According to the article, because of many uncertain factors, such as weather conditions, people's driving status, road obstacles, and road construction problems, the frequency of traffic accidents in Thailand is higher than that in other countries. There are three main parts in the article, and each part provides a certain amount of information. The content of these information quantities is unpredictable. For traffic accidents, there will always be some unpredictable variables. These unknown variables aggravates the threat of safety caused by the danger of traffic accidents. The content of the article is relatively non-informative, but the content of the text is easy to understand. It's easy for readers to accept and attract their interest in reading. The content of these information quantities is unpredictable. For traffic accidents, there will always be some unpredictable variables. These unknown variables aggravate the threat to safety caused by the danger of traffic accidents. The content of the article is relatively non-informative, but the content of the text is easy to understand. It's easy for readers to accept and attract their interest in reading. Now we will introduce the situationality. The different scenes on the road enable readers to have a deeper understanding of the traffic accidents in Thailand. In a given time or context, the text describes the traffic environment in Thailand in detail. Readers have a further understanding of Thailand's transportation in terms of cognition and a new understanding of Thailand's transportation environment, so as to avoid the danger to life caused by traffic accidents as far as possible, so as to ensure their own safety. The first example sentence: when the Water Splashing Festival is held in Thailand, there will always be people who drink because they integrate the happy atmosphere of the festival or enjoy the relaxation brought by the festival. This has led a more serious traffic accident rate after drinking in Thailand. Where traffic accidents occur frequently, this can make people clearly understand the threat of alcohol to life safety. Proper expression of things in a certain content and at a specific time is conducive to the reader's reading and analysis of the content of the article. Appropriateness plays an important role in an article and is a part that cannot be ignored. Now let's welcome the next speaker to present.
Intertextuality. Intertextuality assumes that all texts contain traces of other texts. The author may wish to echo certain texts. Still, readers may pick up these and other things they have read. It involves factors that make the use of text depend on knowledge of a text to texts previously encountered. For example, the title of the article "Second Most Dangerous Road in the World: Road Safety Advice in Thailand" described Thailand's road safety statistics. In 2017, Thailand's roads were considered the second most dangerous in the world after Libya. The World Health Organization reports that the road crash-related death rate in Thailand is 32.7 deaths per 100,000 people. This compares with a road-fatality rate of 2.8 in Singapore and 2.9 in the United Kingdom. Although the death rate has declined and improved slightly in recent years, road safety remains a severe problem in Thailand. Conclusion. Cohesion is the link and cohesion in the text, a textual nature that is visible on the surface of the text, including recurring, parallelism, substitution forms, and tenses. Coherence tells us what makes an article semantically meaningful. There are ways of describing and sequencing situations, causality in textual communications, and temporal issues. Intentionality is reflected in the author's use of figures of speech, which indicates the attitudes of the text maker that a set of events should constitute a coherent text that contributes to the realization of the character's intentions. Observability includes the observability of the reader, which encourages the attitude of the reader. So it should constitute a coherent text with some use or relevance to the reader. Informativity has a beneficial effect on the reader, involving expected versus unexpected, unknown versus unknown. Situationality, the presence of situationality test at a particular time or in a particular context will affect reader's comprehension. It details with the facts that make the test relevant to what is happening. Intertextuality involves factors that make the use of a test depend on knowledge of the test or test previously in content. Thank you for your listening. We finish speech.